Welcome to The Lift. All this week we've been talking about sin and how sin can make this world seem pretty dark. Yesterday we talked about how Jesus already paid the price for sin, so sin doesn't get to hold us down anymore. And today I just want to share an encouraging passage with you so that when you do face temptation, you can know you don't have to give in. That passage comes from 1 Corinthians chapter 10, and it's verses 12 and 13. And it starts off and it says this: "Be careful not to become prideful, because then you might fall." So think about this. This verse is setting it up to let us know that we will be tempted. And so don't get cocky and think that you are above that temptation, above that sin, but understand that it's a real thing. And I think that even that can put us at ease just a little bit, because we can know that everybody's facing these things. So we shouldn't get prideful and think that we're above it, or think that there's something wrong with us if we are facing it, but let's just be careful not to fall. But the passage goes on and it says, "But understand that the temptations in your life are no different than the things that other people are facing." So it might be a little bit different, but everything that you're facing is something that someone else around you has already faced, or someone else around you is currently facing, or someone else around you is going to face at some point. It's like comparing apples to oranges. It might be the same sin, but just in a different form. So don't think that people around you are better just because they might not be admitting the things that they're struggling with, or it might seem like their temptations are a little bit different. But just understand that the temptations in your life are no different than the temptations that anyone else is facing. And then the passage goes on and it says, "But God is faithful. He will never allow the temptation to be more than you can handle." Now think about that. It's already set us up. It says, don't be prideful, and know that these are things that other people have faced. But God is faithful. He will not allow the temptation to be more than you can handle. So even though these temptations are normal, it doesn't mean we have to give into it. And it also means that God won't allow us to ever be tempted beyond what it is that we can handle. Now, we might give in to that initial sin, and then it's on us. It's not on Him anymore. But that initial temptation will never be more than something that we can handle. So think about that. There's always a way out. And actually, this passage actually says that. It says, whenever you are tempted, He will show you the way out. So don't be cocky, because everybody's going to face sin. Everybody's going to face temptation. And also understand that those temptations are no different than what everyone else is facing. But when you are tempted, know that God isn't allowing the temptation to be too great, even though it might seem so sometimes. And also know that God will always show you the way out. So as soon as you are tempted, just pray and ask God, what do I need to do? Where do I need to go? And He'll show you every single time. That's His promise to you. So understand that. Temptations might seem great, and it might seem like you are in a dark, dark place, but amidst all of that, God is faithful. And when you understand that, then the world can brighten up just a little bit, and we can understand that God's promises for us are that He will not allow the sin to overtake us. That's not what He wants for us, and that's not what we were destined for, because sin is darkness, and we were not destined for darkness. This is The Lift.
Hey everybody, Matt Smith here for your fitness tip of the day. Today I'm just going to give you a quick little tip on the dumbbell side lateral raise. Now normally people will just have the normal grip, thumb underneath of the bar, but a good alternative to this is having an overhand grip. So when you grab the dumbbell, have your thumb over top. This way you'll take out a little bit of the front delt that helps pull it up, and it'll really isolate that side delt. Again, this is Matt Smith. Remember, strength is more than muscles. This is The Lift.